G'day, legends. All right, we're about to talk about crypto. So, first thing I've been told by some of my subscribers is that I need to ask people to like and subscribe straight away. So, if you like crypto, chuck a like up. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe. They're both free things. It spreads the videos around. And let's get on to it. Exciting times also, because I'm either having someone trying to scam me or I've had an offer for collaboration for an ad. I'm not sure which yet, and I'm not the type of person who's very good at digging into that type of thing, but we'll work it out as we go. I've also been asked to put up show more charts, stuff such as Bitcoin dominance, and those type of charts. So I'll be doing a bit more of that. I was doing that for a while, and I actually thought people probably found it was boring. I wasn't getting a lot of comments on those videos. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, how what people are asking, I chucked a video out basically asking my subscribers and non-subscribers what they wanted from me, and how to get a bit more attention on the videos. Knowing in all that with crypto being a bit slow and sluggish, there's not as much focus on crypto right now. So in all that, I do have to remember that it's not as popular crypto right now. When it all heats up and that's when the likes and all that go up. So we'll go and have a look at the crypto now, and I'll stop waffling. Here is Bitcoin for the day. Now it is exciting. It is just broken through 95,000 and it went to 95.5, and this is in the last hour. So this is back 15 minutes ago type of thing. 7 minutes ago actually. So this was a resistance level, 95,000. It is broken out of a bearish wedge, I think it was. And so I can't draw them on this, but I will learn to do that. Not on this. I'm going to learn to do the videos on my computer. Just to upgrade myself a little bit to make this a little bit better for people. The more people I have on, the more I should probably get a little bit more professional, I suppose. The week, we're looking pretty good. We've gone up from 86,000, or basically 87,000 to 95 now. And that's your month. This is what I talk about when you're feeling a bit, sad about how your portfolio is looking. Zoom out. That's what your year looks at. One stage we were down here in the last year. And I remember when that was when the Japan stock market crashed, because, that was a very scary feeling time at the time. But I never thought that was, the bottom or anything, the top or anything like that we were going back down into a bear market. So still think we're headed into the bullish zone. Nothing's really changed. I know we haven't heard the word tariffs recently, but once all that stuff's sorted out and the US Fed starts raising rates, we will see a lot more of these type of moves, every day, every couple of hours. 6% will be small. There's XRP, one of our bigger ones. Let's have a look at its year. Just like to remind people, this is what you're looking at. Solana had a pretty good year. Went from these 130 rough marks. I remember it sat there for ages and you kind of felt like it was never going to move. All the way up to 260, and then you could have picked it up for $105 just recently. Now it's back in that 140-50 region. Ethereum, I was talking last week about that I think it's a great buy. Still do. I think it's one of the best buys around because of how far down it is. I mean, look at that for the year. It's like the opposite of everything else. But it's jumped up $400 since I actually said that. I did say it when it was right around that area. Still probably good value, but I decided not to accumulate it because I just have so many coins already. I've actually been trying to consolidate my coins, and I thought there's no point adding. Sui is one of my favourites that I do DCA into. It's having a nice move for the day. That's what its week is. 69.4%. It's one I'm pretty happy about because it means I think it's about my 4th or 5th biggest bag. So that's will be handy for my portfolio. As I told people, I don't really look at my portfolio when things are going down because, you know, just causes yourself a bit of panic. This is what we look like for the day when you go into the size of the moves. That's your week. That's starting to look a bit better. It still amazes me with all that, even though I know it's going to happen every time. The down times meme coins just look awful, but then they move so fast in the opposite direction. So does Virtual, which is an AI protocol. It's an AI launch pad, I believe. And we'll go to the next one. So it's all up about the same thing. Same thing there, AI16Z, up 100%. That does the same thing as that Virtuals. And Turbo is the only meme that I actually own, only because I think it looks like, I think it's Koopa Troopa from Mario. Kind of looks like that, so I just think it's a bit cool. I don't really get into the memes too much. The ones with yellow you can see are ones that I'm generally got a bit of interest in. Let's move on to the next thing. So Bitcoin dominance chart. Someone asked if I could show that a bit more. This is a very interesting chart. So Bitcoin dominance means how much of the whole 100% of crypto, how much of all the money is sitting in Bitcoin, and it's quite high right now. It's 64.25% of all the money in crypto is just in Bitcoin. And so the way that we get an altcoin season where you get your altcoins going up dramatically is when this chart starts to drop. Now, it doesn't mean that the price of Bitcoin has to drop. It just means that Bitcoin can keep going up, but the altcoins start to outpace it, so its actual dominance in monetary value would start to come back down here like this, how it's gone down there. You know, it might be up here, and it might be, say, 100,000, and then the price can still be going up, so it could be coming down like this, and the price could be going to 100 and, say, 11, 12,000, something, but everything else around it is going up faster. And so that's why we check the Bitcoin dominance, because it tells us whether money is basically being sucked from Bitcoin's dominance and put into altcoins. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's so it's up 10% for the year. That's quite high. All right, next chart. We will check the RSI. I haven't preloaded any of these, so I'm seeing them for the first time today as well. Oh, don't play with it before I click on it. Okay. So this is it here. The number it's showing in purple. It's getting quite high, the RSI. So basically the RSI runs between 30 here. Whoops. I apologise, I clicked on something. I'll try not to click on it then. How's it going there? So you'll see that there's a line up here. Yes, I was able to click it. That line is 70, and the bottom down here, that is 30. So you can see 80 and 20 above and below them, right? So anytime it gets up over 70, it's generally what they say is a good time to sell. or you should start thinking about it. And if it's below 30, it's generally a good time to buy. So we're at 64 right now. So it is looking at a time where soon professional traders and people like that will be watching metrics like this and going, once it gets over 70, I'm probably going to take some profits. That's basically what it's used by. And the reason, a lot of the time these things come true because everyone that's watching it, if they all sell at the same time, well, then it reverses and goes back the other way. And another one of the metrics we can use for the same thing is the fear and greed index. Crypto fear, and it's at 51. So I've changed to the one I've been using. It stopped working. So it's at 51 right now. I'm a bit surprised by that. I would have thought it would be a little bit higher. But that just shows that we're still neutral. Some people are fearful, some are in greed and feeling okay. But 51 is a good number. So if we were getting up into, you can't click on anything in this phone. If it was getting up into that green one, that is the time that you would be looking. Anything over, say, 75, 80 is when you would start to go, you know what, I should probably take some profits. I might see if we can find a better one just while I'm on it. I usually like this one. It's got a better... Yeah, this one says 54. So I was expecting this to be a bit higher, actually up about here, around 65, 70. But I'm quite happy with that because that means there's still a bit more room before I'll look at taking a bit of profits. All right, so that's the basics. It's a very basic video today, just showing you some charts, showing you where we are on the fear and greed and the RSI, which metrics you can look at to tell you whether other people will be thinking about selling, and whether you want to follow that or not. That's up to you. You don't have to be a swing trader or anything like that, but the longer I've been in this, the more I've realized that sometimes that's what I've started to do. Just because, if you hold, sometimes I hold longer than I should because I'll just hold through all this, and then, but sometimes if you know what you're looking at and you're reading those charts, or those indicators, not charts, but I'm starting to learn to read charts as well. You can pick your spots, but just remember, depending on your country, you could have taxes that are involved with that. In Australia, we have capital gains tax, which is very annoying. They're also looking at, I think, the current government, because in Australia we're going to have elections soon, very soon. It's in the next 2 weeks, I think. I have to vote. The current government, if they get back in, are looking at changing the capital gains tax laws so that instead of, in crypto, how we have in Australia, we've got, if you hold your crypto for 1 year, you get a 50% reduction in the tax you have to pay. They're going to change that, including for houses and all that type of thing. They're actually going to change that law from 1 year to 2 years, and you only get a 25% reduction. Sorry, camera closed. So just keep those type of things in mind. So I'm not a very political person whatsoever, and I don't like talking about it. But keep an eye on what your candidates are offering for crypto, because crypto will be, part of the fabric of things going forward. So if you're investing in crypto, know what their policies are around it, and then make decisions on what take that into account for your voting and whatever. Obviously, you might have other issues as well, but just put it into the back of your mind that there might be something that you need to look at. All right, well, this video has run a lot longer than my normal videos, so we'll cut it off there. It's at 15 minutes. Have a great evening. do something nice for someone else. Crypto Bogan out.